Welcome to the Sykes & Company PA video blog.
So most startup pharmacists are really looking to save money in the beginning, and we understand that. But having your accounting in place and accurate and up to date is very important, especially in the very beginning, because we really need up to date information to be able to understand how the pharmacy is operating. A lot of times we see the pharmacists trying to save money by not having a CPA in place to help them with those back office functions for automating those processes, eliminating the paper. We see those pharmacists working weekends and late into the evenings, trying to handle their accounting, signing paper checks for bill payments. And it's just really important to understand in the beginning, and always really with any pharmacy, is to let people that work with that handle that. Spend your money and your time and your efforts on growing the pharmacy. When you purchase a pharmacy that's already there, you at least walk into a pharmacy that has revenue. But with a startup, from day one, you don't know if one person's going to come through the door. So it's important to put all of your efforts and your time and your energy into growing the pharmacy, meeting with your patients and working with providers in the area to grow those relationships, to grow the pharmacy, and leave the back office, accounting and that sort of thing to automated processes and to CPAs that work with that. Is really important. One other item that we see a lot of is from the very beginning, we see pharmacists that come in and try to offer these great benefit packages to their employees from day one. And whereas that's really nice and appealing to those that they're trying to hire, you have to be kind of realistic. Again, you don't know what your revenue is going to be from the very first day. So to try to keep those items as low as possible, we need to wait on retirement plans and that sort of thing until we see that the pharmacy has begun to be profitable, and just leave those sorts of things for further down the road after we see how the pharmacy is operating.
And another big one, another big item, Bonnie, is the health insurance.
Yeah.
Typically, with most pharmacies, we see the pharmacy paying one half of the health insurance for the employees only, not the family, but the employee only. I can assure you, you cannot afford to pay the entire package, not today's environment. So don't get sucked into that process at all. And as Bonnie mentioned, do not start up with a retirement plan, a 401k or anything of that nature initially. Let's get the cash flow positive. Let's get 6 months under your belt, 9 months under your belt. Let's see where you are. Those can always be added at a later time. Again, a lot of times investment advisors will talk pharmacists into those kinds of things. That's just not what you want to be doing. If you have made the commitment to do a startup pharmacy and they have the requisite funds in hand, you need to put your 110% efforts into this pharmacy yourself. Now, if you happen to have a spouse that works, we know in a lot of cases pharmacists marry other pharmacists. That other pharmacist spouse needs to keep that day job wherever they're working, so that it takes the pressure off this startup pharmacy from having to pull other funds that are so valuable, especially during the startup 18 months to a year period of time. But we do not recommend whatsoever that the startup pharmacists do anything but put the entire time and effort into loving the patients, building the practice, working with the prescribers, looking at opportunities in clinical services, any and all those particular areas that they can grow the pharmacy revenue as quickly as possible in order to become profitable. It's just a fact of how it works in the pharmacy industry.
So a couple of the biggest ones we see, we've mentioned in some of the prior videos of this series, so you can see the link and go and watch those in more detail. But obviously signing the lease too early, signing a lease for a longer period of time, other than 5 years or 2 5-year terms, like Ollin mentioned in those videos. Obviously, in one of the videos, we spoke about being underfunded, which is a huge problem we see and a mistake. So, look at those videos, look at more at the detail about that. And just remember that it's important just to have your team in place for the very beginning. When you decide that you want to do this, before you start signing documents and making decisions, get a team in place, a pharmacy niche bank, a pharmacy niche CPA, and a healthcare attorney that works with pharmacies. And I think that planning process and through the very beginning and through opening the doors will go a lot smoother.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.